Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be looking at a 9-ball rack, a position that I've seen come up before, where we have ball in hand on the 7-ball and we're trying to get down here for the 8-ball. Okay, I watched somebody do this, and so I just want to kind of go over some of the different options that you have and what I think is actually the best option for getting from the 7-ball down to the 8-ball. Okay, so what I saw this player do with ball in hand is I saw them give this angle, okay, to shoot the 7-ball here and just drift down for the 8 this direction. Okay, I'm gonna shoot it, and this is just one option. I'm gonna shoot it and let's see what happens. So I'm gonna give myself a steep angle, and one of the things off the bat that I don't like about this, especially for my lower players, is already you're setting up such a steep angle just to get the cue ball to move. Okay, and so you already make the pocketing difficult. And I know it's pretty close to the pocket, but still, this is very missable for somebody that's fairly new to the game or doesn't get the opportunity to practice very much. But I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this ball. Okay, I'm gonna shoot it with a little bit of bottom and a little bit of left, just so that I can pull my cue ball. And I think that's what was instructed in the shot when they shot this. And so let's see what happens here. And I'm not going to use an extreme amount, just a little bit. Okay. Okay. So now what you see here is one of the pitfalls about this particular shot. I didn't hit that ball very hard, right? And I probably could have hit it softer. But what happens is that my shot path for my next shot is this direction. Okay. And so if I shoot the shot this way, what happens is I'm coming across the line of my next shot. And what that does, I kind of came out wide, so I had a little bit of a buffer in terms of where I could have landed. So I could have hit it softer, it could have went here, and I could still be good on a shot. But if my shot path on the cue ball came closer to the 8, I only have about 3 inches of space to be perfect with my speed. And so if I go here, that's great. But if I hit it just a little bit harder and I land there, all of a sudden I have a very difficult shot in the 8. And so this is one of the pitfalls of this shot. The other one is if I didn't hit that ball the way I did, and I just maybe used just a touch more left, I could be rolling right into the pocket and giving ball in hand right on the 8-ball. Okay, those are 2 pitfalls with that. Okay, so the other shot, and I actually prefer this shot to the one that I just showed, okay, is actually lining this ball up pretty close to the rail, if not on the rail, depending on how far away you are. I have a spot here, so it's very consistent for you guys. Okay, and this is something to practice when you have the chance, because this can have a lot of different outcomes too, depending on how you hit it. But I'm going to give myself just a little bit of angle to the outside. So I'm coming closer to the rail than the 7-ball, so that when I use top English, just center top, not doing anything crazy, not spinning or anything, as long as the cue stick stays high, this should happen. So it should hit this rail, hit to this rail, somewhere in here, and then come out this way. And what's really good about this shot, and let me go ahead and just show it, and then I'll explain afterwards. So I'm just gonna line up on this ball, okay? Center top, just keeping my cue stick level. If you go like this, then your cue ball should shoot down that way. And I just want it to come this rail and this rail. So I'm just gonna keep my cue stick level, okay? And here it goes. And that right there is perfect. I have even just the slightest angle to just kind of do a stop shot, and the cue ball will slide out just a little bit for my 9-ball here. Now, one of the thing I like about this shot is now that we're coming in this way, we're coming into the shot path, the direction of my next shot. And so what ends up happening is this. The cue ball, okay, this is now makeable, okay? So is this, 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 so is this. You have all of this room, you have from about, even from here, all of this line to fall into the next shot. Whereas if you come this way, you have from here to here to here. Like it's like 3 inches of space, whereas this one gives you like 1.5 feet of space to be off in terms of how hard you hit it. So it gives you a lot more room for error, and you don't have to be so perfect and precise. Pool is not in some aspects it is a game of precision. You have to make the ball into these little pockets, but in terms of position, if you give yourself a bigger range of being in terms of your speed, you're just going to have a much more successful game. So I'm going to shoot it again and show you that it's actually an easier shot because the outcome's going to be the same each time. It's not going to be much different. Okay. The only problem that you can run into is if you decide that you want to spin it a little bit to help it down the rail, you can end up with the same outcome as if you just came this way. And so watch, I want to show you. I'm going to use a lot of right-hand English, and this is going to be again for my more advanced players. But this is also something to pay attention to if you're a low player, because a lot of people don't understand what happens when you use English. And so I'll have players shoot this, and they'll do this. They'll put the ball in the same spot, and then they'll accidentally do this. Okay, you can see the ball spinning sideways, and this is why I use the measle ball. Okay, so if your ball does that in your shot, that means you use unintentional right-hand English. Okay, and then again, that kind of falls into the wrong path that you want that ball to take. Okay, I hope this is helpful. I'm going to do like a lot of these little shots like this. Okay, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so you can get alerts when I do post another video, especially like this. Okay, and if this had any value to you, please make sure you hit that like button. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next video.